today is just kind of a mastermind. I want to see what questions, thoughts, ideas that you guys have. I'm curious who ended up listening to the recording from Liz's call yesterday, and then I want to talk through our trackers and see what week areas you guys are identifying. Tomorrow's the day that we turn in week 2, and I have a feeling inviting and following up is in social media are probably the 3 weak spots for people. So I was going kind of talk about that. I'd love to hear from you if there's anything like off the top of your head that you want to talk through. Yeah, go for it.
Just on the note of like inviting and stuff, that is something that I've really been trying to focus on. But I wanted to get something a little bit more tangible to have as like a goal, because I want to be able to plan to like make diamond within the year. So I wanted to know, like, let's just say either break it down by like the week or the day, but like I want to know, like, this is your minimum number of invites that you should be sending every single day if you want to make that happen.
Okay, I love that.
I've been shooting for 15 daily, but I feel like, I don't know. I want to know if that's like a good number or not.
So here's my thoughts on this. First of all, I would not make your goal to be diamond by the end of the year. I would make your goal to be diamond by summit. And the reason is when we give ourselves so much time, it's impossible to have a sense of urgency to actually do it and to push ourselves. The 12-week year. I've actually never read that. Good? I muted JC.
Yeah, it's super good. That's what I'm actually basing mine on, and I freaking love it. But go ahead.
Okay, cool. I love that. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll have to look into it. You have to pick a goal that makes you feel uncomfortable. Does being diamond by the end of the year make you feel uncomfortable?
I mean, being that I've had such a hard time just hitting emerald, yeah, a little, because I don't know. I'm just like, it's not that I'm discouraged. I'm just kind of like, I feel like I need a reason why I'm not successful, because I feel like I am doing the work, and I have been pretty consistent since I definitely wasn't in the beginning when I wanted to, because I wasn't really I guess I wasn't really aware of how much time daily, every single day, that I should be putting towards certain things, and the amount of inviting that I should be doing in the beginning. But I've been trying to consistently invite since October, and I think I wasted a lot of time kind of getting my nerves up to start inviting more personal relationship people that because I started out inviting a lot of people that I knew in my daily day-to-day life, and got all no's from them. So then I was like, well, I've been asking these people, I've gotten no's and ghosts for a few hundred people that I've already invited. So I'm just going to start inviting random people on the internet. And so I did that for probably a month and a half of 6 weeks of inviting, and I'm like, okay, this isn't working either. But now I have the courage to start inviting more, and I feel like I've kind of fine-tuned my invites to be more like It Sounds Like Me, to be more authentic. So it's not all for nothing, but I don't know. So now I'm kind of focusing more on that, and then also just creating more relationships on not just Instagram but Facebook, and adding more people on Facebook because I don't know, I haven't done that. I hadn't really been doing that either. So
okay, I think that this is such a good topic to talk about that our entire team could benefit from, and there's a couple of things that I wanted to kind of point out. So when we have a lack mindset versus an abundance mindset, so when you're scared that you can't hit something, and this, I'm not just talking to you, Salisha, this is for everyone, myself included. When we're scared that we can't hit something, you're always going to struggle forever hitting it. And so the first before inviting, like before a number, has to be our mindset. Do I believe that I can do this? And do I believe that it's going to be really hard, or do I believe that it can be simple? And I kind of got away from, I used to do a lot of training videos, and I used to speak on a lot of other teams on hitting diamond in 30 days and how simple it is, because I think that we do overcomplicate it. That being said, I understand the discouragement of sending out hundreds of invites and struggling even to hit emerald. That being said, like you had mentioned, we learn along the way. We learn along the way. And so if we're coming across like any other network marketing, if we're coming across desperate, if we don't, this is such a learning process for every single person. So if we're not being authentic to who we are, then they're not getting the true vibe of what we have to offer. If now, Salisha, you have an incredible testimonial, incredible. And your before and after that you just shared I would look at that as the beginning of your business. Not that it's essential, not that you have to have that to grow a business, because you don't, to be honest. But this is a different side of you. You just shared about your miscarriage too. Like, that was so powerful. This is a whole nother side of you that people are starting to see and learn about and connect with and trust, that before they didn't know. They just looked at you potentially. I don't know who these people are. I'm just guessing. They potentially looked at you as someone who's just trying to sell something, and they know nothing about what you're doing, and they haven't seen you for a long period of time showing up consistently. And so there's like this immediate no, because people are jaded. But I can't even tell you how many people have told me no and come back and become coaches. Like several of you, actually. Like, there's people that, like Sarah, who never in a bajillion years did I think that she would ever be a coach, which is why I put her under my husband's account. And now she's one of the most consistent ones. You just don't know. And so there's a point of not being discouraged by people ghosting you and saying no. If you keep showing up on social media, they're going to be watching you. And then at your 1 year mark, you're going to have people reaching out to you and saying, I've been watching you for a year. I'm ready. Because it just happens to everybody when you're consistently showing up. So I think that there's multiple different angles of this, and everyone's coaching journey is obviously different. I agree with you. I will absolutely help you with some tangible goals, but the first thing has to be your belief that you could totally do this. You really could. And it's just finding your people. And this was, it was you who's asking about guys, right? Do I accept men like as friend requests, and do I invite them? And everyone's different in this. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I think we have to go back to that place of lack versus abundance. And if I'm in a lack mindset and I'm desperate for anyone, then I'm going to be open to anyone who has a pulse. Like Liz talks about this in the beginning of her coaching journey. She's like, I would take anyone who had a pulse. Like, I don't care how horrible of a person they are. I didn't care. And if we can get rid of that, as scary as that may be, because we want to be so successful so deeply, and start being really focused on the exact woman that I want to work with has these characteristics and these traits, it becomes actually easier than being open to anyone. So again, there's kind of like, just kind of for everyone to do an assessment on your lack versus abundance mindset, where you're at with that, and focusing on you, not being attached to the outcome. And then when it comes to inviting, as far as strategy, there are a couple different approaches. Now, in the beginning, when I started, and what a lot of people say is find the people closest to you who already trust you, who will support you. And that works for some people, but it doesn't work for others. And when I just read it's a forever long title, but the book Freakishly Effective Leadership Habits for Network Marketers, like an acronym, he says it's actually can be detrimental to new people to go to the people who they love and trust most, because when you get a rejection, it's so painful. And when you get a rejection from a stranger, it doesn't matter as much because you have nothing invested in them. They don't know you. You don't know them. You're never going to see them, so it doesn't really matter. But when it's like your mom or, your best friend or your sister, it can be really hard. And I never thought about it like that until now. And he talks about being inoculated against rejection, like being immune to it, to where it doesn't phase you. And he says, once it doesn't phase you, if people say no because you're so dead set that I believe in what we're doing, I believe in my mission, I believe in what we have to offer, I believe that this will change people's lives for the people who are ready for it, then you can go to the people you love. Because if they tell you no, it's just like, it's okay, you just don't understand it yet. Instead of, you're rejecting me, like you don't believe in me. If I can't get my mom to do this, then maybe this isn't for me. Which I know that many people have felt that way, right? And I've been in that same situation. Not necessarily with my mom. Go ahead, Megan.
Can I say something? Sorry. Also with family, like Naomi and I will tell you, family are sometimes the hardest people to work with.
100%.
I signed up my mom, I signed up my brother, I did my sister with On Demand, and each one of them have quit, and I wanted them so badly to succeed. So that kind of hurt me more. So, I mean, if it's somebody that's in your family, I mean, I would almost now recommend that they go with a different coach, just because I wouldn't be as hurt. So just know that if you are going to sign up your family and you are going to make that a priority because you're wanting to help them, that you're not taking that hard on yourself. Because I take things very personally, especially with my family. But it's very hard to work with family.
Yeah. And I can't remember, it was one of Liz's podcasts, and I think it was with, oh my gosh, what's his name? He's got dreadlocks. He's a black dude, and he's super awesome. Yeah, I'll remember. But he talked about, the podcast title was making pain your platform, not your prison, your pain that you've gone through.
Trenton something.
Trent Shelton.
Shelton,
Yeah.
thank you. I love him. I got to experience him in person, and such a powerful person. But they talked about you can't be a prophet in your own land, and he struggled. Like, he is extremely successful, and he struggled with his family. He struggled with the people closest to him, and he had said the hard thing is that our people closest to us only see us how they've always seen us. They can't see us in this new version of ourselves, or this vision that we have of ourselves that's bigger or that's different, right? And that makes sense to me. And I think it's one of the reasons why it's hard with spouses. Like, that's a very common struggle in the Beachbody community, is because this is predominantly women, right? And men have a hard time understanding what the heck we're doing. They think it's a pretend job thing. So sorry, that's a little bit tangent, I think, Salisha, from your question, but at the same time, not really, because I think it's all encompassing, right? There's strategies to build the diamond with your family on favors, and I don't recommend that anymore. I used to teach that way. Yeah, Naomi's shaking her head, because what happens is you build empty diamonds and everyone quits and you feel like a failure and so discouraged. And then you're like, I hit diamond, but I'm making zero money. And so I don't teach that quite as much anymore. I think some people can do it if you have like a really supportive support system and people who actually want to invest in their health. But if you don't, it's not those people. But Salisha, for Diamond by Summit, I really think that would be a healthier goal, because it's going to motivate you a little bit more. Not that hitting it in a year would be bad, but I think that with your story and with your consistency of now how you're showing up, you could totally hit it by Summit. Summit's in July. And then that's a fun thing for you to celebrate. And you never know who you're going to find that maybe wants to do this business with you. And then it like starts catching more momentum and speed, and then you could be 1-star by summit. Like it, Megan and Naomi hit diamond on the same day. Like you just never know what's out there. And that's where the abundance mindset comes in versus I'm struggling so hard just to hit emerald. I don't know if I could ever hit diamond. If you start thinking like, I know my people are out there. I used to do I had a notebook and I would do I am statements. And every morning I would write, this was before I was a 5-star diamond coach. I'm a 5-star diamond coach. I have an abundance of people around me who need what I have to offer. There's a plethora. And then I would write out like a prayer, like, God, please show me the people around me that need you to speak to them through me, who need hope in their health and fitness, who need this community, and I would start like claiming that before I ever knew who it was. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that the abundance is very much there. Like, and I get more people reaching out to me because of that mindset that I have, that I know people need this. I know it's going to change their lives. It's just finding them. So
Can I add some, Jessica?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was just going to say, especially because of my unique situation and how long I've been doing this and jumping back and forth, that it's part of it's the way you look at it, like you're talking about your mindset. I used to think, and I would compare myself to all of these people around me who hit diamond so quickly, or who, had all their family who jumped on board, and, how lucky they were. And I'd be, pity party. Why can't that happen to me? And now I look at it more of, and part of that is finding you guys. You have to look at it as you're building a stronger, better team, a stronger, better family, and that you want to have it. If it takes a little bit longer, oh well, you're not going to have to work as hard in the long term, because you're not going to have to backfill. You're not going to have to figure out, oh well, they quit. And you want people surrounding you that believe the same as you do. You don't want to convince someone to sign up, just, like talk them into it, because that's not going to do anybody any good. You want the people who get it to be the people who are on your team. So if that takes a little bit longer, that's okay. And, that's what I had to learn. I had to, I was like, oh, it's never going to happen for me because it's taking too long, or I don't have the family support because, I don't really talk to my family anymore. And, that kind of thing. It was like, there's no way it can happen. And so Celicia, just like, honestly, like she's saying, totally and completely believe that it can happen, and it will. It's just you showing up every day and being consistent in everything that you're doing, and the actions. Like Jessica said, it's going to happen. You're going to, all of a sudden, you're going to start seeing people reach out to you, and they're going to be like, so I've been thinking about this for a while and I'm ready. And you're going to be like, I didn't even know you were thinking about it. You never even commented on one of my posts. You never even liked one of my posts. So I just wanted to share that, because it is hard in the beginning sometimes when you see all these people around you getting diamond and being successful, and you're like, but I've been here longer than them. That's not your journey. Your people are taking a little bit longer, but they're going to stick around for you once they're there. So.
Amen. Thanks for sharing that. I think that's a really powerful perspective. Okay, so belief, mindset, maybe, Celicia, that would be a powerful thing for you to do. And for anyone else who's struggling with this, is I am affirmations in the morning. Like, find a notebook and just start writing out. One of the most powerful things I think Liz said on the call yesterday was, if you look at your big goal, whether that's 5-star diamond coach, 10-star diamond coach, 15-star, whatever, you are not the person now who you need to be there. And the same would go even for diamond. And I know that may sound crazy, but it's so true that there's a process of evolution in our character, in our work ethic, in our understanding that requires time and resistance, just like building muscle requires resistance and breaking muscle in order to get stronger. And so instead of like, yes, we have to focus on the actions. We have to take action, especially in the beginning of our business. We have to focus on the mindset, but also think, who do I need to become to be that strong, influential diamond coach? what does that version of me look like? And that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys today. Most of you have, I would hope, a goal. Like every month, I want to be hitting Success Club 10. I want to be, by the end of the year, a diamond coach, or even like a premier coach, a 2-star diamond coach. That's who I want to be. So start asking yourself now, if that is who you want to be, what's the difference between who you are now and who you would be then? If, like, in a split second, does that resonate with anyone? Can you feel a difference in, like, well, I would be more consistent. Well, I would actually be more influential, and I would be stepping more into my purpose, and I would be way more confident what I'm doing and actually sharing that more. Does anyone have any of that? I'd love to hear.
Yeah, definitely. So for me, I mean, I'm not even able to be a coach yet, but I still want to be a diamond by Summit. That would be freaking awesome if I'm able to make that happen. And so for me, what I see when I see that person, I definitely see that person being more consistent, which I'm already starting on. My stories and I've been like posting way more because I realize like I don't post about my everyday life, and I know that that's at least content and letting people get to know me. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I would be more confident, and not in necessarily who I am as a person, because I'm very confident in who I am as a person, but as a coach, as I know Beachbody is amazing, but now I know like you do know that, right? So I can exude that. I would be more, I see myself being, a little bit more crazy than I already am, like just more like happy. Like I see that person being like, okay, yeah, listen to me. I've got something to say, right? And not in a conceited way, but in a confident, showing up, this is how it works, and this is what we're going to do kind of way. And so for me, I definitely see the huge difference in the shift in the person that I am. I mean, I've grown so much already, but that person would feel like there's no stopping her.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And I wanted to comment on something really quick. There's a shift in your pictures. You smiling with your teeth and not is a completely different vibe of your posts and who you are.
Yeah.
There's way more, and I know that may sound crazy, but there's so much more joy there. And I noticed the same thing with JC's pictures. When you smile, when you smile with your teeth, it's like a genuine smile. Like you're not posing for something. You're genuinely like, I love what I do. I love what I'm doing. And that's the vibe that we want people to feel from following us on social media, is encouraged and inspired, and that you genuinely are showing up for yourself and you're open to like mentor other people. So I just wanted to mention that because
I think that's a confidence thing, because I had braces before and I need to kind of get some again because of my front teeth, but it's a lot of people don't like their smile. So when you said that, I was like, I kind of noticed what you were talking about. And I think when I don't smile with my teeth, you can tell that I'm actually thinking about not smiling purposefully with my teeth. Like I am trying not to smile with my teeth. I know that sounds really stupid because you think that you would want to, but no, I purposely tried not to. So you pointed it out and I changed it. So
I love it. Good job.
Jessica, can you repeat that question again? Sorry, I got distracted.
Yep. Between where you are right now in your business, who you are, and the ultimate vision of who you want to be in your business. So whatever that looks like, hopefully that's you showing up at SC10 every month. That's you being influential, mentoring a team of 5 to 10 other coaches that are working their business. Whatever that looks like for you, because everyone's different. What's the difference in who you are now and who you would be in that role at that place in your business?
So for me, I feel like I would definitely be a more confident individual and more confident in my business, because I am showing up and I am helping people. And when I don't reach Success Club or I'm not helping anybody, I feel like a failure. And I feel like I need that growth and I need that consistency of showing up not only for myself, but for other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what would you, on a daily basis, what would that look like in a different, like how would that look, your daily life look different if you were already there?
I don't know. A lot more freedom, I think. I feel like everything would flow more naturally because I'm not like trying, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like if I was at that point, I would have more freedom because what I'm saying and what I'm doing is more confident and it flows easier. So I'm not working as hard. Does that make sense?
Why would you think that it would flow easier then than it does now?
I don't know, because I feel like when I'm helping people, I'm more confident about what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Are you saying you would be more confident about what you're doing?
Yeah. So like, I feel like right now, one of my main struggles, sorry, I'm getting out of my kids' room. I think what right now, like one of my main struggles, like, and I feel like sometimes it shows in my posts is that if I haven't signed anybody up in a little while, or I haven't been helping coach somebody or mentor them within the business, I get like kind of feeling like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm not like showing up the way I'm supposed to be showing up, or people aren't seeing what I want them to see. And so it kind of squashes my confidence in when I do post things and makes me a lot more like lackadaisical. So I feel like if I was at that point and I was actually seeing the fruits of what I'm doing, that I would just have more confidence and I wouldn't be questioning myself about my posts or questioning myself about what I'm sharing on social media. Does that make sense?
So if you were to think of yourself as a 15-star diamond coach right now, how would your mindset, how would your conversations, how would your daily work life look differently than what it currently is? Or do you think you would be different at all as a person? Would you be doing different?
I don't feel like I would be different at all as a person.
Okay, let me explain how this question shifted me as a new coach, and maybe it might help. I watched one of Lindsay Matway's YouTube videos because in the beginning I had zero time. You guys know that. And so I would be up, I would be in bed. I don't recommend this necessarily, but I'd be in bed. My husband would be passed out next to me and I'd be watching YouTube videos from top coaches in Beachbody, learning what the heck I was supposed to do. And I remember she said that she thought as a new coach, when she was getting all these rejections and being ghosted and being told no, she said, if I was a 15-star diamond coach right now, how would I act and how would I feel? And she realized in that moment that it would roll off her back. She wouldn't really care. Not that, and she doesn't care about the people, but it's not going to get to her because I'm a 15-star diamond coach. I'm amazing. What I'm doing is powerful. It's changing people's lives. And I'm running a business. And I think that that's, for me, what shifted. I have to take this seriously like I'm running a business. You cannot get to 15-star or 5-star or 10-star without taking it seriously and actually having structured, this is what I'm doing. I have to accomplish this in my business by the end of the day. And this is different for everybody because everyone's goals are very different, right? And then the confidence aspect, this is where I was kind of trying to like get you to, is that is a choice now to make that for all of us. The confidence aspect is a choice we have to make now to get there. That does not come later, because if you watch Liz's call from yesterday, she is at the top of our company, and still you will always struggle with doubt and insecurities. They will always come up, just at different levels, because the more that you have in this business, the more you have to lose. And so it's a completely different angle of things. But that confidence is always so important to have now. I know, and all of you are at a place now where you get, and you should get, what we have to offer is so different. It's so unique. And many of you already have incredible testimonials that you've lost 50 pounds, you've lost 70 pounds, like you've lost 40 pounds, and you feel totally different. And even if you haven't experienced that, people on our team have. And so you see that it works. And that's the confidence that you lead with, the stories. It's not the confidence of I sign someone up every week. It's the confidence that I'm showing up. I'm doing this because I see all the crap out there that all of you are doing, that you're literally wasting your lives away with all these diets and hating on yourself because you can't lose weight, and hating on yourself because you're broken, and hating on yourself. Like, that's a huge struggle, right? We have a solution now. Whether you're a new coach or you're at the top of the company, we have that same solution. And so it's that confidence that you choose now, that what I'm doing works, and I am growing an extremely powerful business that's going to influence generations with what I'm doing. And if you want to be a part of it, please do. And if you don't, that's okay. That is the confidence that I'm talking about, that will come more with time, but everyone can choose that right now.
One thing, Jessica, I wanted to see if I could help. So when you were talking about that, and I thought of a perfect example for Megan. Here's an example of what she's talking about. So right now, when someone asks me, what do you do? And I think about telling them about Beachbody. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but there's this like thing in my stomach, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm crazy. They're going to think I'm weird. How do I explain this to them and it makes sense? What do I say so they get it? Like, you get this like almost nervousness in them. Is like, what? I don't want to say Beachbody because I know some people know it, and that, you just start getting in your head. But like at a 15-star diamond, somebody asks me, what do I do? I run my own freaking fitness business, virtual online. It rocks. Do you want to hear about it? Like, there's a difference in how we would react now to that than how we would react to it when we're a 15-star diamond. And it's the same as far as our business, and how we run our business is going to be different how we do it now compared to how we do it then. Does that make sense?
That was good. And so you take that, who you would be, and you start being now. And that shifts everything. Okay, so does anyone else feel that way, that Felisa, and I know this is true, but does anyone else feel that way, that when someone asks what you do, or is this Beachbody, that you get butterflies in your stomach and you don't know what to say and you feel weird?
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that I'm not super stoked on what we're doing. It's that I know that there is going to be a misconception based on the name Beachbody, because people think they know what it is, but they don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell people, I'm like, if they kind of say, oh, Beachbody, they all have their kind of like, not all of them, but some people have preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll address it, and I'll be like, look, I totally thought the same thing, but and then I'll just give them whatever, like, I mean, it's been different for each person because everybody's needs are different, but I'll be like, listen, like, watch this video, like Liz's video on coaching that you guys put together for the Difference Maker movement, like, or, watch this video on Shakeology. I know it's a commercial and it's kind of cheesy, but like, it really works, and it's really helped me with my energy levels and my digestion. I don't know. So, I mean, I'll address like people's misconceptions, but like I try to explain to them, like, you don't really know. Like, you think you know, but you don't really know.
Yeah. So here's a really good, because I very much struggled. This was a huge struggle for me because I came from, you know my background, and I had my own health coaching business, and people highly regarded my opinion. And so I knew, and I was in the beginning apologetic about the price of Shakeology. I know it seems expensive, and I realized I was kicking myself in the face. Like, no, actually, this is incredible. And so here's a couple thoughts that I want to share with you guys on that. First of all, so many people have never heard of Beachbody. So if we come into any conversation thinking that they're going to say no, and thinking that they're going to, once they figure out what Beachbody is, that they're going to be like, if you have that doubt in your mind, that's always going to be communicated in your conversations. So here's a difference. This will kill a lot of coaches. They will stop. This isn't for me. This is too hard. I'm not a salesperson. Too many people don't like this. And they stop. Here's my perspective on this topic. I am going to change the misconceptions about Beachbody and about network marketing, because if you learn about it, It's the most genius business model on the planet. So now I'm owning my responsibility to educate people. This is actually what network marketing is. And guess who that's going to attract? Business builders, people who want to make money. Because I am now doing videos on social media and uploading them to YouTube that I can send to people who have any doubts about network marketing. And then I am going to share, and I've done several of these videos over the years, why I chose this approach to fitness and nutrition. My video title is not why I chose Beachbody, because I know, like you mentioned, Salisha, some people will never give that the time of day. But if I leave it mysterious, this is why I chose my approach to nutrition and fitness. This is the unique solution that I found. This is saving me hundreds of dollars and getting me way better results. And then I start talking about the problem. You guys don't need my background to see that there's a problem in our country with obesity and with health, right? Everybody agrees that that's a huge problem, and depression and anxiety, and people are so sick. And you also don't need my background to know there's a problem with chronic dieting, and you don't need my background to see the problem that it's causing in the confidence of women. How many of you have dieted and felt like a failure because it didn't work? Like all of us have done that. And so you share it. These are the problems that I see. This is my story. This is what I've tried before, and it didn't work. And this is how I felt after. Now, this is what I'm doing. It's a one-stop shop for everything. I get fitness and nutrition, supplementation, and support coaching in a community. You need all those things. You guys have heard me talk about this. You need all those things in a long-term healthy approach to living, and you're paying one time. And then you're paying for the product that you're putting in your body. You're not paying for the community. You're not paying for the coaching. You're not paying for the unlimited support. And when you have that confidence, do a video. Megan, I want to give you kudos for the message that you sent me that you're wanting to step up and do a workshop, because you know you need to do this for your confidence. And this is where your business shifts. When you start showing up and doing these, I see a need, I'm providing the solution. So for me, I saw that people have misconceptions, and I'm doing something about it proactively rather than waiting for people to come to me and say, oh, Beachbody, I've tried that before, which I still get. But now, because I'm constantly showing up on social media, now going on 4 years of why this works and sharing the story behind it, people don't feel like I'm a salesperson. They don't feel like I'm pushing something. This is authentically who I am. And I'm showing other people they can do it too. And that's what all of us should be doing. And I know you guys are, but that's the power. So when you send an invite, people are going to go to your Instagram page and they're going to see what you're about. And you don't want them to just see fitness. You don't want them to necessarily just see sweaty selfies. You want them to see your story and who you are. Does that make sense a little bit and help at all in that kind of like confidence shifting? This is who I need to become. Like, to become that business owner, that you're the CEO of a business that's bringing you thousands of dollars a week. There has to be a shift in your belief, your confidence, who you are, and taking your business seriously and being proactive at the solution, with the solution that of the problems that you see. That's one of the beauties of this business is you get to be creative. For any of you who've had a job before, where you work for someone else, you usually don't get to be creative, right? I didn't realize I liked to be creative until this. I actually don't, I love doing webinars with you guys. I love talking about scandalous topics. My number one video that I get so many views on and emails from is the video of why she quit Beachbody that I did. Like, I just got 3 emails from people who want to be coaches from seeing that. Complete strangers. But that took me to be a little bit ballsy one night because I was so freaking annoyed. Literally, I had 15-star coaches who were like, I don't upload videos to YouTube anymore because these videos keep popping up. And I was like, no, they will not win YouTube. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep showing up so that my videos outcrowd theirs. and they're lying, right? There's an injustice thing within me that I'm like, they're wrong. I need to correct this. So I feel like that mindset has really served me and my business, and I want to share that with you because for all of you, if you're feeling stuck, even if you're not at Emeralds yet, you could teach how to get there. I just did in our Level Up group, I posted 4 videos, I think, of why to get to Emeralds, how to do it in an hour, how to do it in 24 hours, and there's so many different perspectives on it. But you could literally watch those, and you can make your own if you wanted to before you even do it. You can do whatever you want. And I know for a lot of you, that's like, that makes me nervous and gives me heart palpitations. That means that you got to do it because that's growth. That's how you grow. That's how courage, confidence only comes from acts of courage. You will not get confident unless you do things that scare the shit out of you. Sorry, there's kids on here. Okay, I'm done with my TED Talk. Sarah tuned in from Hawaii.
Good morning, you guys.
She tuned in just in time for my preaching moment. That's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry. We've been up at like 5 something every morning since we got here. And then today I woke up and it's like 7:30.
No worries. It's all good. Okay, was that helpful for anybody? Does anyone have any questions about like that or not, or?
I guess my biggest issue right now is that I didn't come from a place of, well, I mean, I needed this for a whole bunch of different reasons, but mainly because I needed to start a whole new life for myself. And right now it's like this week is really hard for me to just like struggle and do that. So right now my confidence level of like making sure I stick to the path that I need to be on is my main focus, and it's already hard enough. And I don't want to put that out there because I'm not even good at sharing happy things. I'm still getting used to doing that.
Yeah, I totally get that. So this is where the beauty of this is, first of all, community, and knowing to have grace for yourself when you need to. I was talking with Dee before getting on this, and she's like, I really wanted to be on this call, but she's been inundated with baby vomit and for like a week and a half, and she has a stomach flu. And granted, it's nothing compared to what you're going through right now, Holly, but it's the beauty of you have like, you can totally lean in on us. And I don't know what your family dynamic looks like, so I don't know if you already have people in your life that can come and wrap you up. But even, and you don't need to share this right now, but you can at a point say, like, I've been through one of the hardest things. I can't imagine what you're going through. You, especially just being there. Like, I cannot imagine. And for you to actually stay consistent with, even if it's just drinking Shakeology, or even if it's just going for a walk, and for you to know, because you've shared this to me, I know that you know that these things are going to be good for you, and this is what you're choosing versus going to a bar or finishing a bottle of whiskey, because I know that that's just as tempting. And I don't mean just for you, for any of us. Like, I would be to bottle wines. That's not a word. I have drinking wine right now, I promise. But like the different, what you're doing essentially in sharing that is, and this is how I would feel, is that you get to honor his life by showing people that they could live a full one. And that's something that for me that has really helped, and everyone's different. But for me, that's really helped with processing grief and losing someone way before they ever should have been gone. Was I want to honor them with my life and how I choose to live. And that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, and that you're still absolutely, you need time, 100%. I don't think that you need to put this pressure on you to do stuff in your business and at all. But like, those are wins, the little things, like showing up today, that's a huge win. That's a massive win, you know? And if you don't have to, but you know, even down the road, you could share with people. Like when I was going through this painful time a couple weeks ago, these are the things that helped, or this was the whatever, you know, that's true for you.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry.
We love you. I just don't want to like fall off and like go back to where I was like in my entire life. That's like my worst fear right now. So I'm like just trying to stick to what I can do and not try and fall backwards.
100%. Well, what can we do? Is there anything that we can, like, we literally will each send you a text message every single day if you want us to.
Oh, I don't know. It's overwhelming. It's also overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, the calls and texts I'm already getting, like it's nice that people are being nice, but I want space, but I also don't want to be alone. It's a very confusing time for me right now. Yeah. And I'm not sleeping, so I can't even function straight. I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning because I can't sleep. So it's just like, okay, all these things happened at once. Super Saturday was super awesome and powerful and moving, and enjoyed meeting Felicia and Megan. Naomi, I haven't seen her in like 15 years. And all these great things. And then when I get home, I'm like, whoa. And then school starts and it's like, okay, everything is all happening all at once. And I'm just like, whoa, slow down, take a breath.
Yeah.
And just try and figure out what you need so you don't go back to who you were. And I'm so afraid of that. So afraid. I'm trying to use that as like my motivation to not. But usually when I'm doing really well, something happens, or I'm just doing well and that makes me fall off. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys can do. I appreciate you all for being there for me. And that's really all I can say about that right now.
What about this? What are 3 small positive habits that you could commit to every day? This could be drinking your Shakeology. This could be reading a devotional. It could be going for a walk. Simple. Well, let me say that the old you, who you're afraid of going back to, would not do.
My personal development is not just with this business, but obviously for myself. And so I've been doing a lot of extra reading and things, and that's been helping me a lot. I can commit to that. I can commit to doing my Shakeology. And after the last couple of days, I mean, I woke up exhausted, and I still woke up and did my workout at 5 o'clock this morning.
That's
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's huge.
Just trying to stay consistent in what I should be doing and forming these new habits and finding positive ways to let loose of this grief and sadness and anger is all I really can do.
You know, the workouts are, I mean, as hard as it is sometimes to get ourselves to do them, like I've actually cried during mine, and I didn't have what, going on what you have going on. It was just
during yoga this morning. It was so stupid.
No, honest to God, like do it, cry, like let it out, because that is what's going to get you through it. And, I don't think you have to worry about going backwards. For one, Holly, you're here. And 2, now, we have connections, we met and that's it. You got me, like I'm here, and I'm like you too. Like I thought, like I've always been the type of person, anytime life threw me a wrench, I'd crumble. People thought I was so strong, and I would like crumble. I would lose it. Like, and then when I would do good, like I'd be losing weight and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling so good about myself. And then I'd go and I'd eat like a whole freaking restaurant's worth of pizza or something and, feel like crap again. But you've got the habits now. You've got the community. You've got the tribe. And you're just like me. I just lost my job a few months back. The job that I thought was going to catapult me. It was my career. It was my life, right? And I thought, oh my God, this is what's going to do it. Like I was working out every day, eating right. I was like doing good. And then this happened. And I was like, holy, wow. And you are going to do what I did. I made the choice to lean into my workouts, to lean into my Shakeology, to lean into my tribe. You don't have to tell us anything. Even if you go on Facebook and all you do is you post a picture of you, I don't care how bad you think you might look, and you say, you know what, life sucks right now, but guess what? I did it, right? You showed up. You are showing up. You should be proud of that. You don't have to do extra right now.
Mhm.
Just do what's going to help you personally. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
And be proud of yourself, really. Like, it's huge what you're doing. It's really, and that you want to, you know. That's really what it comes down to. It. And the old you didn't have us, and you didn't have this, and you didn't have these kinds of workouts that you could do from home with your kid at home. And so you have all these resources, and we promise to be there however you need us to be.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Even if you're like, let's go get some tea at Kate's Tea House because it's one of my favorite places to go to. We'll go have a tea party. We should
I've never heard of that place.
It's
Really?
Columbia. It's really
Yeah.
far away from you.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I think that we need to schedule it.
Where's it at?
It's in Columbia. It's right by. Oh yeah, I'm really bad with things like.
It's at a bakery, right?
But they have a bakery. It's across the street from their bakery, and they have the best homemade sandwiches, like salads, and it's so good. We go there every Sunday now. Yeah, we'll put that on the agenda. All right. Thank you for sharing. Really, thank you for sharing. And please,
Thanks for listening.
if there's anything that we can do, but really be proud of yourself. And then I'll also say, like, you're going to impact so many people. And it's so hard going through loss, and it's so hard, but it also is going to be so powerful because there's so many people who are hurting right now in the world, and they will listen to you because of the struggle that you've been through. They won't listen to people who've never been there. And because you've been there, you're going to impact people who other people couldn't. And I only know that from experience. So there is some weird, twisted hope and like justification in that. For me, at least, there has been. And it's part of the healing process. Even like it's been 21 years, I think, since my dad died, but still there's healing in that when I'm able to help someone through, especially a young kid, through losing their parent, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, good time, guys. Good time. Well, thank you all so much for showing up. I want to respect your time and let you go. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to say or ask before we jump off? Okay.
Super Saturday was amazing. It was so awesome to meet everybody, and working out live with her was wow. That was awesome.
My legs still hurt. Seriously, they still are sore.
I really want to start planning for April's. I have some thoughts and ideas, but I need to figure out logistics before I announce them. But I think
Yeah, you would have been on the stage, Jessica.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you should have been there.
I was like, oh, she should be here, because they had the elite coaches get up on the stage, and there was only one.
Yeah, I know that it was probably Melissa and Katrina were.
Well, Katrina just got it, yeah. So they announced that like while she was up there, but then there was one other person.
Yeah, I think Melissa was last year. Oh, this is what I was gonna share with you guys on our next week's call. Our guest speaker is actually Katrina.
Told us.
Oh, did she? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I actually met her in Portland. I don't remember how many. Sarah, how many years ago did we go to Portland? Was it a year or 2 years ago now? Because
I think it was just last year. It feels so long ago. You went 2 years ago though.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyways, I met her there at one of Vito's events, and she was awesome. We just kind of stayed connected. But she's so inspiring in what she's accomplished and what she did this last year. And I think she was down to 1 star or something in the beginning of the year last year, and she finished at 6-star Diamond Elite, and is just like exploding. So I'm excited to hear from her, and I kind of shared with her where our team's at and different areas that we're wanting to work on, and she's just amazing. So that's next week. Cool, you guys. Thanks for showing up. Have an amazing day.
Bye.
Bye.